You're listening to WNJC 1360, the Eye of the Tiger. I promise you that you ain't going to have time to go to the bathroom today because it's been wild. It is going to get silly wild in this place.
It's going to get wild.
We have a raid of people coming in. We have of course, our number one activist that takes no prisoners, Jose Santiago.
The guy that people dislike.
People don't like him.
But those are the ones that half of them are put in jail when I was an inspector.
And look, we also have with us the chairman of the Republican Camden County Party, no other than Mr. Chairman himself, Eddie Torres.
Hey, how's it going, Eddie?
Good morning.
All right, how we doing?
And again, hold up to your seat, everybody.
Number one dislike me.
This is the numero uno, Grand Poopa, my buddy. I haven't seen in so long. And he is here with us. He is named the one.
The number one only, in my list.
The man that is the man. His name is El Gran Monstruo. El Monstruo, that means monster, the great monster. And so no other than Bruno. He's waving.
Hey. Bruno Uno. Bye.
Yo, he's waving at the he's waving at the microphone. He's saying bye.
He just got here.
He's saying bye because Jose's here.
No. That's number one dislike me. That's what he said last week. The people who don't like me, he made number one in the list. Well, listen, Cordero, I heard some stuff going around.
What's going on?
I don't know, some collision thing going around.
Okay, we'll talk about that. And can you make sure that the front door is unlocked?
Yes.
We're expecting AJ here Aponte today. Oh, yes, we're AJ Aponte, another activist and very friendly with at Gran Monstruo. He's coming here today. No, stay here, Monstruo. Monstruo wants to leave. Monstruo, stay here, Monstruo.
All right.
We love you here. This is mine. We have. I have in my hand some resumes. Monstruo got kids who are engineers, and from City of Camden, graduated from Rutgers, right?
Yeah.
And can't find a job. Will not give them a job, anybody.
Well, they voted for the man. They voted for Obama.
And this is not about Obama.
It is about Obama.
In Camden who want to help the city of Camden, but are unwilling to employ people from Camden. This is what this is about.
Yes.
Okay? Ain't nothing about unemployment. There is jobs out there that the Camden residents are qualified for, but you're not giving them to Camden residents. How many buildings are going up in Camden? How much construction is going on in Camden? All right? How much real estate is going on? But no, you can't find to give jobs to 3 engineers who graduated with honors from Rutgers University. Is that right, Monstruo?
Eso es muy triste que los políticos que antes nos reuníamos y decían que no se podía entrevistar a personas de Camden porque no estaban preparadas, ahora lo están y tampoco siguen sin entrevistarlos. La alcaldesa hace 2 semanas hizo una presentación en una organización que fui invitado pero ella no aceptó ninguna pregunta porque presentó todas las cosas que se hacen, y habló de Campbell Soup, de Lockheed Martin, de todas las compañías grandes aquí que no le dan empleo, ni un empleo a gente de Camden, y es bien triste. ¿Para qué tú estás entusiasmando a un pueblo joven a que se prepare, que estudie, si después que estudia no tiene trabajo? No sirve.
Hablando sobre eso, cuando Milton Milán era alcalde, ese era uno de mis trabajos. Yo iba a los construction sites y me acuerdo ¿te acuerdas cuando estaban haciendo aquellos apartamentos y casas ahí en Linden y la 9? Yo fui ahí y Milton me mandó y fui ahí y encontré que no había ni un hispano. Espérate, déjame explicarte. ¿Qué yo hice? Le dije, tienen que parar la construcción. Pararon la construcción, se les pararon los permisos hasta que cogiera gente de Camden. Quiere decir que hay una ley que se supone que ellos cojan gente de trabajar de Camden. Ahora, de que no la enforcen.
It's called a 25% set aside.
Right, yes, right.
That is in the books. It's a law that I campaigned again for.
Yeah, I remember.
That we wanted the mayor to do so, and nothing. But we'll get back to this topic in a few minutes.
Right.
We have a caller on the line, and we'll put him on, and then we'll discuss because we have a busy
morning
agenda and stuff for tonight.
Yeah, that's gonna be
Henry,
fun.
how are you?
I'm doing just fine, Angel. How you doing?
Henry, I am doing fine. I will be a lot better if we will be celebrating the passage of the Opportunity Scholarship Act.
We will be, Angel. We will be by the end of the year. Our hopes are that the bill will be posted in the Assembly, and it'll go on to the Senate, and the governor will sign the bill.
Wow.
And Henry, can you talk a little bit about what is the Opportunity Scholarship Act? The OSA.
Okay, the Opportunity Scholarship Act is a bill that allows low-income children who are attending failing schools, the worst of the worst, the 5% worst schools in the state, in up to 13 districts, an opportunity to get a scholarship to go to a private or public school that wants to participate in the program free of charge. The scholarships are worth about $8,000 for elementary and $11,000 up to $8,000. The cost of the school, or $8,000, whichever is less, in elementary, and the cost of high school up to $11,000, whichever is less, for children taking scholarships to high schools. Now, the bill that's in the Assembly, which is where it's being held up right now, allows for up to 13 districts, up to a maximum of 20,000 scholarships at the end of a 5-year period. And the Senate has a much larger version, but the Assembly version is probably the version that we're going to be talking about and negotiating. Right now, there is a sense in the Assembly by the Speaker and Assembly Democrats that they would like to see the bill slimmed down, smaller than the 13 districts, and smaller than the $360 million, which it adds up to over the 5 years. There is no cost to the state whatsoever. The scholarships are actually paid for by reduced state aid to the districts that lose the child. So, as an example, Camden is one of the districts. If a child takes a scholarship in Camden for $8,000, the state right now gives Camden about $18,000 in state aid. As that child leaves, $8,000 would follow the child to pay for the scholarship, and $10,000 would stay in the district. So the district loses the child, that has smaller class sizes, doesn't have to educate the child, and gets to keep the extra $10,000. So everybody makes out fine. The child gets to go to a school that's not failing, and can be productive in society. The Camden School District has one less child to educate, can spend more attention and an extra $10,000 on the rest of the children in Camden to give them a quality education also.
Henry, today on 101.5, they're saying that the teachers union made a statement that they will not be underspent. that they're going to throw out as much money as they need to stop any reform, any education reform. And you know, this is again. You know, these are people who are responsible to make sure that 100,000, all the children of New Jersey get a quality education, but 100,000 kids in New Jersey are going to fail this year. Isn't that right, Henry?
That's exactly correct. In fact, if you look at the city of Camden, this is a real live example. About 1,200 kids enter the school system in first grade every year. You know, between 1,000 and 1,200 children every year enter the school system. At the end of the 12 years, or 13 years if they start in kindergarten, only 150 kids actually can pass the high school proficiency exam. In other words, 150, and let's divide 150 by 1,000. That's 15% actually graduate. Actually graduate.
Absolutely. And you know, in Camden, the Camden public schools are a nightmare. There's no education going on there. There's violence all over the place. And it's my opinion that this bill should have been passed 5-6 years ago. We should have been getting a extra 5 years to this year. But no, the problem is that you have the teachers union continue to pour money to stop any reform that, you know, the former Secretary of Education said it right. He said that the biggest terrorist organization is the teachers union. He got fired after that, but, you know, when he resigned. But again, this is what's going on. And we have to call our politicians. We got to call these legislators and let them know that we want the Opportunity Scholarship to pass. We want the Speaker, Speaker Oliver, to introduce the bill, to post the bill, so these politicians can have a chance to vote on this. And it's our opinion that this bill is posted and will pass. Any thoughts, guys? I have with me about 5 of Camden's most active activists, including the chairman of the Republican Party, Eddie Torres. AJ, go ahead.
Well, Mr. Henry, you know, this sounds all, you know, great and dandy, but I don't know if you're aware of the problem that's going on in the city of Camden with people not being able to pay for their properties. So how are the poor children in the city of Camden are going to benefit from the vouchers if their family are going to be homeless and they're not going to be living in Camden?
Well, go ahead, Henry.
If the children get a scholarship and go to a better school, how does that affect the taxes? I'm not really sure.
Well, if you don't have an address or a place to live, you know, do you really think that, you know, people will be concerned with, you know, education? No, you know, they're going to be concerned with providing their children with a roof over their head and not better education. So
let me shine on that. The problem is that this didn't happen yesterday. Bad education for Camden has been going on for over 40 years. 40 years of destruction, of destroying children. Yes, right now we have a problem with the taxes and property taxes, and a lot of people are going to lose their homes. But again, this is what we in the city of Camden, have grown accustomed to accept injustices.
You're right. You're 100% right.
It's an injustice. The destruction of our children is a moral killing.
That's right.
All right? So we have accepted the killing of our children, and we will accept the losing of our houses. We continue to do that. So, and this is why this community, not just Camden community, but we're talking about the suburbs. The suburbs needs to wake up, because if these kids in this city don't get a quality education and have to leave their houses, guess where they're going to go? Okay? They're going to go to the suburbs. Now you're going to get a family whose kid is 3 and 5 grades behind, going to a school then now that school is going to be classified as a Title I school or the No Child Left Behind because that kid cannot pass the test. And what happens to also the neighborhood? Property value goes down. We want the Camden to fix their schools, and the Opportunity Scholarship does just that. It forces the school district to do right by the children.
Let me tell you, before they fix the school, they better fix their politician system, because all this hardship that are being brought up on the people, whether it's education, whether it's safety, whether it's fairness with taxes, is brought on by the politicians.
Torres, Mr. Chairman of the Republican Party, you have something to say, sir.
Okay, why am I Republican? You know,
because I brought you.
Because I'm for vouchers. I'm for vouchers. And Angel, you and I have been working with trying to get the Camden school system to better themselves, do things that would create better things, and that's all that I've been bringing to the Camden school district myself. Is that I'm Puerto Rican. I grew up in Camden, and my family put us in parochial school. I went to Sacred Heart, Center City Catholic, St. Joe's. My brothers graduated from Camden Catholic. I mean, there's a reason why our Hispanic parents put our kids in private schools and parochial schools. And the reason why our kids aren't there now is that our parents can't afford it. I can't afford to put my kid $8,000, $11,000 to go to private school now, so I'm forced to have them in the public school.
So you're forced to send them to them prison.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
So when they do go to prison, they don't feel homesick.
No.
Okay. Monstruo, what do you have to say?
Yo creo que te lo he repetido muchas veces. Esto es un problema de muchos factores, de mucha gente que se tiene que integrar. El aparato gubernamental, como dice AJ, tiene que trabajar para hacer una vida más fácil, porque el que no tiene casa en Camden, pues no puede enviar y aprovecharse de esta oportunidad de los vouchers. Eso es una realidad, eso es muy cierto. Por eso es que te digo que esto es un problema de integración de muchos sectores. El gobierno, los padres. Lo que te dice José Santiago todas las veces, que tú refutas que no te toquen los padres. Los padres son una parte integral en este problema. Claro que sí. Pero yes. Lo que pasa es que es un problema muy complejo lo que tenemos en la comunidad. No se integra la familia, tenemos una familia disfuncional que no funciona, que no educa al niño, no lo motiva a ser mejor estudiante, que es un estudiante que llega a la escuela que no le importa nada, y eso es parte de los padres también.
Okay.
Tú no quieres que te toquen los padres, pero sí hay que tocarlos.
What Monstro is trying to say is that it takes a village to raise a child.
No, it doesn't take a village.
And parents have to be part of this equation, that he supports voucher. But I will tell you this. The Opportunity Scholarship is the icing in the cake. Is what's going to stop this monopoly. And once you stop this monopoly, and things start getting better, then parents are going to take more responsibility. But look, you are telling this parent to send your child to Woodrow Wilson where there is drugs, where there is violence. You are risking your child's life by sending them to school.
Sí,
now, tell me where in third world country does that happen?
Well, pretty soon they're not going to be able to send them to Wilson High School or Camden.
Why?
Because they're not going to be living in the city.
Well, okay.
And the only concerns with vouchers in the city of Camden that I have is that not the poor children are going to benefit from it, but the middle class children who are going to be moving in because they are the ones who.
Let's not confuse things. I am advocating, and we are advocating for kids right now. The kids are in Camden right now. If you cannot see, we've been protesting in Camden in front of City Hall for 15 weeks now. And if you're not strong enough to go protest for your rights, and you're not strong enough to fight for yourself, then go ahead. Baba, I see you. We will fix Camden. And it's just not about Camden. It's about Newark. It's about Trenton. It's about all these urban cities that have the same thing. Let me give him a chance. Mr. Nieves.
Thank you, Angel. You noticed that there was an article on the Chicago mayor, Emanuel, who's a Democrat. He was from the Obama administration. his first priority, or his main priority, is to fix the schools. He has to turn around the city. And he says the first step here is to fix the schools, and he has 13 schools that he's already extended today.
They were good.
And he's a Democrat, and he knows you have to fix the schools before you do anything else.
Yeah, and again, the problem in this in New Jersey is that Democrats think that this is a Republican issue. This is a human life issue. Right. This is a moral issue, and you should just get off your hind horse and support this. Like the Speaker, Oliver, you need to post this. If you're not going to vote for it, well, fine, but post it. Give it a chance. And how dare some politician says, I am not going to vote for the OSA, but I want my school district in it. I want my city in it. I mean, to me, that is pure evil. Jose.
Well, the people in Camden has been hostages to
yes.
to the plantation of the Democratic Party for years. It's very hard to break away as someone who's been hostages. You was in the service, you know that, and it seems to me like I don't mean the hostage, but the teacher had to deal with hostage people. The people in Camden got used to it. It's like a vicious circle. When they first came here from the Campbell School, like I always say, father was an alcoholic, beat up his mom. I mean, drugs and all that. And for some reason or another, it seems like the people in Camden don't want to fight for themselves. They keep electing the same people over. They keep electing the same political party. They feel like that. Well, I'm a Democrat. That's like the Philadelphia Phillies. They got to win because that's my team. But wait. Let me finish. Go ahead. They don't realize what they're doing is they're doing the damage to themselves because they want the team to work.
So what's the
answer? Let me ask you this.
Answers.
Let me finish.
Give me some answers.
Let me ask. I'm going to give you the answers, but let me ask you something. Do your team help you? Are you feel better now than before? We keep electing the same people all the time, the same. Because he's Spanish, we got to vote for a Hispanic. That's baloney.
What's the answer?
My answer is
the
answer is the following: the people has to be deprogrammed. They has to, instead of us maybe fighting with this and that, maybe we should have a community a forum within the neighborhoods to explain people, maybe, listen, that's not the way to go about things. Sort of like a forum to motivate the people. Say, listen, this is the real truth, and this is reality. Get off your horse, and can we help you to get off, deprogram you.
Okay.
And because when we elect a person, we have to elect the person that support our belief, not their belief or their political party belief.
Do you support the OSA?
Yes, I support vouchers.
Okay.
Yeah,
hey, Henry? I think we lost Henry. All right, guys, Henry, you still there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, and you heard my panel here. They all the OSA supporter. They all support vouchers. They all think that
But Angel, I want him to raise you have to raise the issue that it is a civil right for our parents to provide the best education they see fit for their children.
It is a civil right.
That's right. And if it's a civil right if I want to give my child a faith-based education, I don't have to put themselves in a heathen public school if I don't want my kids there. And that's where this organization needs to step up and start speaking the truth. Is that it's a civil right.
It is a civil right. Henry, go ahead.
For a parent?
Henry.
Civil right. Yes. What was
the chairman said that education is a civil right. That we should be classifying this as a civil rights issue.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It is a civil right. We live in this country. This country promises to provide a publicly funded education for every child that wants one. And it doesn't say that you have to go to a government-run school. It just says it needs to be publicly funded. And right now, if the public schools aren't working, then some of that public money should be used for that child's parents to get that child the best education possible. That's a civil right that they have. And right now, we're destroying children in the inner cities by not educating them. And right now in Camden, if you live in Camden, you have to go to the Camden schools. We need to change that.
Right.
There's been court cases at the Supreme Court level in the United States that says it is constitutional to allow public money to be used to take a voucher or a scholarship to go to a public or private school, even a religious school, as long as the parents take that money and decide where the child goes. If the state or the federal government can't direct you to go to a religious or private school, but if the parent says, I'm going to take that public money in the form of a voucher, and my child goes to this school, whether it be religious, non-religious, sectarian, non-sectarian, it doesn't make any difference, then it's constitutional.
Absolutely. Now, what do people need to do? You need to call your legislator. If you are in suburbia, if you are in urban or suburban, you need to call your legislators and say you are in support of the OSA. We need to flood the phones in Trenton and flood the phone in the districts here. And let them know that you support the OSA, that this needs to happen, that children in America cannot continue to be destroyed. We are destroying 100,000 kids a year in New Jersey, and Senator Barbara Bono don't think that that's a bad ratio. No! One kid. You destroy one kid, and that is a bad ratio. We need to stop this, and we need to stop it now. It is in your hands. Call your legislator. Call your mayor. Call your congressman. Call the president. Let them know that the OSA need to pass, and it need to pass in lame duck session this year. Right, Henry?
That's exactly right, Angel. It's the Speaker of the Assembly, Speaker Sheila Oliver. It's the President of the Senate, President Steve Sweeney, and it's your local assemblymen and senators. So in Camden, Senator Norcross is in favor of the bill. Assemblyman Fuentes is a major sponsor of the bill. They need to be called to say, we support you. Assemblyman Wilson needs to be called to say, we need you to vote for the bill. And if everybody does that, both in Camden and in the surrounding communities, there'll be an uproar by the public to say, we're not taking this rhetoric from the teachers union, who is only focused on the adults and the adults' pay and benefits. We should all be focused on the kids. If we're all focused on the kids and the kids getting educated, then it's a no-brainer.
Henry,
you get them educated wherever you can get them educated.
Henry. I noticed that the only one who did something last week, because it was a Hispanic Education Week, was Univision, and Jorge Ramos, who had a special that I told Cordero about it, and they were showing the Emmanuel thing at school. It seems to me like everybody maybe in the Anglo community and the American community knows more about it than the Hispanic community, because it seems to me like the Hispanic community, at least in Camden that I know, and I'm in the street every day, nobody talks about education, nobody talks about vouchers except Cordero and some of us who are here that we talk about it. But it seems like the Hispanic community doesn't even know what's going on. And I'm wondering why the program doesn't go to the Hispanics radio, who they ain't that good anyhow, and let the Hispanic community and go to Univision, Channel 65 in Byline, and have some kind of a program that the Hispanic community know about it, because since it's quiet.
Go ahead, Henry. Go ahead, Henry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Listen, I understand everybody is busy, making a living, taking care of their children, and education is not always on the minds of the constituents, but we do have an election coming up. It's an opportunity to go vote for legislators who, support, education, support your children. And then after the November elections, we have this lame duck where we will have this session where we'll have an opportunity by the next by next year to vote on this bill.
But Henry, what Jose is saying, and I agree with him, is that we don't hear in the Hispanic community this crisis is devastating for African American poor children, but it's genocide in the Hispanic community, and we don't hear that in the media. We don't see it on newspaper. We don't hear nothing about this issue in the Hispanic media, and yeah, we have failed on that. But
no, it's not. We haven't failed. It's that the program doesn't allow it to because I know if they go to Univision, I could get you in contact with Telemundo, and they will do it because they will. But it seems that they don't reach out to the Hispanic community.
All right, but we gotta move on because we got so much to talk about. Henry, thank you so much for being with us. And any last words?
Get out. Make sure you vote on Tuesday, November 8th, and talk to your relatives, your friends, to call their legislators, to get active, to get behind the Opportunity Scholarship Act. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Henry.
Take care, Henry.
And to answer your question, there's going to be a movement in the next 2 weeks.
Well, Univision is doing it right now.
But for New Jersey. Okay.
That's what concerns me. If they're not educating the Hispanic community on, the voucher
on the issues,
opportunity, what makes me think that, they're going to do the right thing for the children? I mean, if they're not doing the right thing now.
It's not about that.
No.
It's not that they're going to do right by the children. So if you think they're doing right by the children now, then.
No, but the vouchers.
Well, I'm just a little bit concerned, why wasn't education? No, I have to do it. I have to do it. I'm not.
Look at Monstro.
Yo pienso que por algún sitio tenemos que empezar. Aunque no lo cojamos en el orden que sea el genuino, por algún sitio tenemos que empezar. Yo cojo de ejemplo la ciudad de Elizabeth, que era mucho peor que Camden hace 30 años atrás, y Elizabeth ha sido una ciudad que ha progresado mucho. Progresó en su sistema escolar, en su seguridad, el abandono de casas ya no es como es, los taxes van de acuerdo al ingreso de la comunidad.
¿Sabe que los hispanos son los que cogen el distrito?
El distrito escolar es un cubano. El señor Fajardo, el superintendente es un puertorriqueño bien preparado de Harvard. Y nosotros, aquí que somos un 47%, y eso es lo que le critico a nuestra alcaldesa, que ella dice que esto es una comunidad multisectorial, pero en el gabinete de ella no vemos multisectorialismo. Ahí no vemos un puertorriqueño.
Hay uno.
No, pero eso estaba porque estaba ahí, ganadora, es la única que estaba ahí.
I want quick thought on this so we could move on because we got a lot to talk about. Quick thought on the OSA and
that they should let the Hispanic community know about it. They should have forums in the Hispanic community so they understand. I believe they will support it once they know what it's all about.
Mr. Nieves, of course they will.
Well, we need to shake it up. So they need to provide some options for everybody, and if it doesn't work, we move on. But it can't be just one thing.
We need to talk after the program. And Monstro had already his last word.
No, yo estoy de acuerdo, y por eso hemos peleado desde cuántas veces. ¿Qué decía el letrero aquel? La senadora Red vendió a los niños como Jesucristo, como Judas vendió.
We had a sign. Senator Red sold the kids to the teachers union like Judas sold Jesus.
Yeah, but Norco don't want it.
Angel, you and I have been crossing paths for 10 years at the school board, and you know that I always said that you were the answer to my problem. If the Camden School Board doesn't want to compete, they don't want to become a little faith-based, let our kids open up daily session with a prayer, and to at least acknowledge God as our creator, or at least compete against the theory of evolution, then we're going to lose these kids and we're going to lose our generation. If you don't build it that way, we're going to lose.
Mr. Chairman, you have a point.
Well, my concern is that hopefully the vouchers, are going to be focused for the good of the children and not to make the most 5 powerful people in South Jersey, trillionaires.
Vouchers don't educate. Vouchers don't educate people. teachers too. And a voucher is so like you have money so you could go buy the best car, or you have Medicaid so you could go get the medical.
Well,
you
believe that.
Same rights in education, that you could choose the best education for your child, not be dictated to send your child to a prison and hope he comes out alive.
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that hopefully vouchers are going to be used for the right thing, and it's not going to be so the millionaires are going to have more billions in their pockets. Okay, you're in charge, baby, but I got a big mouth.
She talking about George Norcross.
Okay, who's in charge? We're going to make sure this happens.
All right, she talking about Norcross.
Look, it is Mr. Nieves. He just the Camden City Latinos Professional Firefighters just donated $250 to the CERN program. Everybody give it up. The CERN program, a program which is dying and has helped so many kids in the city of Camden. $250 is like a dream come true to us because we have no money, and thank you so much from the bottom of our heart.
You know what? When we have a meeting, there's a meeting coming up, and I'm hoping it can be more, because the fact, when I went to visit that day and you showed me the whole place and it was a beautiful operation that you have going on, but when I asked you about the money and you told me how it was financed, and I couldn't believe it was $1 a day a student and you weren't even getting that, and I'm like, come on, and we're throwing away how many tens of thousands per student? Yeah.
$22,000 per student we throw away.
It's painful.
No, and I give from the bottom of my heart. Just made my day, because now we have a little spark. We look for any little spark to give us hope, and when you have faith drives hope, and my faith. You came in with $250. That gives me a little bit of hope. To that someday someone is going to give us money, but we don't know what.
But it takes faith. I mean, and when we talk about the condition in the city, why people aren't talking about the schools and why they don't care. There's no hope. And if you don't have any hope, towards something, toward a goal, then you're not putting any faith toward working toward it either. They're empty. They have no soul in their eyes. And we have to keep producing these sparks.
Can I say something? Bruno said something that happened in Jersey City, right? Jersey City? Elizabeth. Don't forget, Elizabeth is close to New York. So a lot of people from New York moved to, and they do renovate the whole city and everything, and new housing. But there was a lot of Hispanic people displaced too. Remember that, because they build these new beautiful buildings and all that.
Yeah, just like in Hoboken.
Like it's happening in Camden.
Like they want to do in Camden. Get them out, and that's not gonna happen, Jay. That's what we're here.
I would like to make an announcement.
Let me finish up with giving my sincerest gratitude to the Latinos firefighters for coming up. Bomberos all the way!
Yay!
Thank you so much.
Hoorah!
While we're still here.
Simplified.
$250 means more than the endorsement for mayor.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
No, it's all right. No, it's well good. We all learn.
Déjame decir algo a Nieve.
No, y no es Jael.
Este grupito que está aquí comandado por Ángel Cordero nunca se ha olvidado de las minorías dentro del departamento, de los abusos de Chief Marini y del monumento a los caídos, que era solo para los blancos de frente y para los morenos detrás. Y eso lo hicimos viral gracias a ese señor que está ahí, que se llama Ángel Cordero, y pusieron las letras de los hispanos y de los blancos al mismo tamaño, y enderezamos el monumento, que lo viera la gente que pasaba de aquí y de allá. Antes estaban los morenos para atrás, que nadie los veía, y gracias a este movimiento que se hizo allí. O sea que es bueno recordar todas las cosas que se han hecho.
Okay, I would like to make an announcement on behalf of the citywide coalition to stop the unfair property taxes and assessment. We are having a meeting tonight at 6 o'clock at the FOP Hall at 1134 Federal Street. So please come out, fight for your rights. If you don't come out, you're surely going to end up homeless and somewhere where you're not going to like it, and your children are not going to be able to enjoy the vouchers. We are also going to have. You have to tell people the truth. We're also going to have a second town hall meeting on Saturday, October 29th, from 10 a.m. to 12 noon at the New Light Development Corporation, 1721 Haddon Avenue, past Lady Lords on the right. And the person to contact, this is the number to contact if you have any question, 856-236-4489. That number again, 856-236-4489. So come on, Jose Santiago, strike the match.
I don't understand that, Jay, and I would put it out there. I am a little uneasy with this. There is a citywide coalition to stop the abuse of these taxes, right? Mm-hmm. This outrageous assessment. But, we started this 15 weeks ago, okay? Mm-hmm. You was there with us. Jose was there with us. Mary and Yulisa Delgado, and we protest in front of City Hall, and we're still doing it, and now we're doing it with a coffin. The wheel was already in session. Why do we have to reinvent the wheel for something else?
We didn't. We wanted to form a group so we, instead of just, hooping and hollering out in the street, we could sit people down so they could be educated by attorneys. So nobody, and you were invited. For whatever reasons you didn't want to be part of it, that is your business.
I will tell you why I wasn't, why I said I'm not going to go. Because Mongolisa Davis came by the protest.
Monga. The most prejudiced guys against Hispanic.
Never came to say hi to us. Never came to
He was there, though. He was there in the corner looking at us.
Listen, he was in the corner. That's what you just said.
Yeah.
He took pictures, but never came over to shake our hands, to find out what was wrong, to say, I'm with you. But then he's going to go all around the other side. I want to start a coalition to help these people. Then again, we met with the black leadership for 2 meetings. One meeting was like 4.5 hours long. And they said, we're with you, we're there, this and that. We're going to stand with you out there, and we're going to have 1,000 people going to shut down City Hall. And the next Tuesday, not one of them showed up. You want to do something in the city of Camden, you shut the city down. Why is Occupy Wall Street getting so much attention? Because they're out there, and they have big numbers. We, in the city of Camden, had 300, and they keep scaling back because people keep reinventing the wheel. Why didn't you join with us? I will not join with this group. I will not go to this meeting because we were there and you did not support us. And I don't mean you, Jay. I mean Mongolisa Davis. And I mean the black community in Camden did not stand with the Hispanics and say, they turned this as a Hispanic thing. This wasn't a Hispanic thing. This is a people thing in the city of Camden that we're hurting. And you black leaders, you turned it around into a Hispanic thing. And now you having your own thing. So we could join you.
No, but that's not true. They're not, having their own thing. With the citywide coalition, it's not about blacks. It's about everybody that's being affected.
But they made it look like it was a thing about Hispanics, because I was there that day. Among Lisa made it look like that.
Hay un montón de líderes en esta comunidad que cuando no se ven afectados no salen. Son muchos los que yo estoy mirando que cuando ellos son afectados directamente, entonces que salen. Cuando otro sector de la comunidad es el que sufre, no sale. No es lo que hemos luchado toda la vida aquí. Hemos luchado por todo, por igual. Aquí hay líderes que salen cuando ellos se ven afectados nada más. Y los puedo llamar por nombre.
Y yo también.
Okay, you say something right now. You say they went to Whitehall Street in New York. They went to the head. These people who are demonstrating there, am I right? They went to the nitty-gritty. They went to what the trouble is. I keep telling you guys, and I told Cordero, and I'm going to tell everybody here. Demonstrating in the city of Camden, in City Hall, having this meeting that they're having now is not going to work. The only thing that will work is going to Trenton, going in front of the DCA and the government and have a mass demonstration from the people of Camden, like they did when they took over. Remember when they took over Camden, the CCOP, two bosses over there, and they sold the people
So
of
why
Camden.
haven't you done that?
Right.
Okay.
Listen what I'm saying. Don't try to turn around. Listen what I'm
Why
saying.
haven't you done it
Right.
then?
I'm doing it. I've been there. And guess what? I'm fighting for myself. And guess what else? I'm going to shut your mouth. Guess what else?
What
I
else?
went and got me a guy who gave me evaluation of every single one where I live, and I give everybody a copy. I say, here, go to City Hall, and here's the paper to prove how much the properties are worth in Crema Hill.
But you
I
did,
did that.
yeah.
I
You know,
went to
you
pay
only
that.
got him, Jose.
I paid $400, and I give it to the people.
Jose, you only got involved when you knew that the deal that you made with your house.
What deal? What deal?
You still
What
had to
deal?
pay taxes.
No,
because
what
when
deal?
me and
Listen
Mary
to me.
Nobody,
You're full of
nobody.
shit. Let me tell you, you're full of shit.
You
Let me tell
you
you.
only
No,
come
wait a
out
minute.
when it
She's
affects you.
lying. Right, you're the one.
You only come out when
Okay,
it
you don't make
affects you.
AJ, you don't live in Camden.
I don't give a damn.
property on Camden.
That's right, I own property.
Because you're fighting for your property.
Okay.
You damn right. You damn right.
That you're renting.
Right.
That you're renting.
All right.
Okay.
Hey, I'm.
Okay.
All right, you know what? I'm fighting for.
I pay my taxes, baby.
Excuse me.
Me too.
But I'm fighting for my property too,
That's
though.
right.
And I do
Excuse
work
me,
in the city,
Mr.
and
Nieves.
unfortunately, I had to leave a few years ago when my
Right.
oldest kid became 5 years old, and we interviewed the principals, and we made the toughest decision of our marriage, me and my wife. We had to leave the city. But anyway, here we are. I'm still involved, and what are we going to do? Because my taxes just doubled. You know what I mean? I'm paying right now over $7,000 in taxes. That's a lot of money.
That's right.
Especially when you don't make that up. And I may lose my job. We'll see. But anyway, we're going to have to shake things up. We got to clean out City Hall, people. You have to get involved.
gotta
If
do
you're
that.
going to wait until the checks stop coming,
Right.
until the schools break down even further,
I
and it
agree
can always
with you.
get worse,
100%.
you know what? You're not going to be part of the solution, okay?
You're part of the
And guess what,
problem.
AJ? You're wrong. I got to correct you on something.
I
Go
know.
ahead, boy,
Okay?
tell me.
You don't have to live in your house to send your kids to school. They can live in Tent City. There's a lot of towns where the people live in tents, and the buses come right in front of Tent
I'll
City.
pick up the
And
kids.
people, if you don't do something right now and get outside and get with the people that are planning the events, that are out there doing the things, you will be in Tent City.
That's right.
Okay? And guess what happens with tent cities historically? Just like what happened the other day. And what town? They just did it the other day. Last night, they cleaned out a tent city. They came in the middle of the night.
That was
and-
demonstrators, wasn't it?
yeah, but they were in a tent city, and it was about 200 or 300 of them, and then they had a reported assault. The cops came in the middle of the night and cleaned them all out. So all you see now is a bunch of trash and tents.
Well, let me.
That's what we're headed to.
I never said that you have to own a house in the city of Camden to go to school. You know,
No, you don't.
what I said was that you're not. If you go homeless, I mean, you know, the last thing on my mind would be where I'm going to send my kids to school. What I would
Alright.
be focusing on, how am I going to get a roof
All
over
right,
my
AJ,
child?
Motro, your turn.
Nada, se acentuó lo que yo quería decir ahorita aquí. Yo no quería decir nombre, pero me atrevo a decir, yo vi llorar a Ulises Delgado cuando le votaron al hijo de, yo no sé si el departamento de bomberos o de policía, pero anteriormente cuando tú ves la gente que se añade al grupo de Dana Red, que sabían ellos de primer orden que no era una buena candidata, que de senadora, que de concejal nunca hizo nada por esta comunidad, ¿cómo era que la apoyaban? Entonces cuando le votan al hijo, tú ves a Ulises Delgado llorando ante la televisión, y yo creo que eso es hipocresía, porque tú, le digo también a ella que si nosotros no nos podemos beneficiar de esos vouchers porque nos botan de carne, pero hay otra gente en Newark, hay otra gente en Patterson y hay otra gente que lo necesita y que lo debe usar. Entonces, lo que quiere decir es que debemos luchar por nuestra comunidad, sea donde sea, porque cuando Al Sharpton va a Washington, protesta por todos los afroamericanos, no de los Nueva York. Habla por toda la gente en Estados Unidos. Así que nosotros nos tenemos que unir aquí y protestar por toda la injusticia, por toda la comunidad.
Words of wisdom by the Motro. Chairman, I got to say publicly right now that I support you 110% for city council. I support you, and I want Burley. What was her name? Dana Burley. Out of there. See you there. Guys, people, go out there and vote for city council. Vote for Torres for city council in Ward 1. We need to support this man. We need to get Burley out of there. We need to change things up. But
I'm going to tell you, Angel, the only thing I care, we're going to be homeless if we don't have jobs. We got to have jobs in order for us to pay our taxes. And the thing that we need in Camden is jobs. We have the Equal Opportunity Office who's supposed to be looking out to make sure that 25% of Camden residents are working.
That's right.
They have one lady working in there for 10 years, and she only found one violation. Only one violation, all the construction sites.
In 10 years.
In 10 years.
Yeah.
One lady running the whole thing.
It's like if Mayor Red, in the 8 years she's been here, the only thing she done was paint a house.
Right.
Paint a house, right? She painted a house. Yeah, the only, we said it, yeah. The only, as mayor, I mean, as city council, as senator, and as mayor, the only thing constructed that she has done was paint an abandoned house, right?
What color? What color was
it?
Blue.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Angel,
Okay. Hey, FixCamden.com or YouTube, Eye of the Tiger.
Again, I'm gonna stick with jobs because that's what's important. And the other thing with jobs is that every city that I know, when you have the civil jobs, right?
Yeah.
You take the test. The civil service test. Most cities have a residential clause.
Yeah.
You have to live in that city in order to work for Pennsauken. You have to live in that city in order to work for Oakland. Only Camden that they don't have that ordinance. And
they
so that's
do have the ordinance.
Well, not the ordinance. I'm talking about when you take a civil service test. To work in City Hall, you should be working in Camden like you have to do in every other city. But in Camden, we don't have that. Yeah. And that's what we need.
Yeah, and in the morning, if it looks like a funeral of cars coming in,
right.
and at night, and after a funeral of cars going out.
Right.
Everybody works outside. The works in Camden lives outside of Camden.
Right. So that's two easy fixes that I'm looking to do is to get get some more people in that equal opportunity office and make sure we got 25% of our people working and even increase that.
But where
to make sure the civil service test is that they have a residential requirement.
Can I ask you?
And that we need that South Jersey Port Authority up and running.
Can I ask you?
We lost 200 jobs at the South Jersey Port Authority, and that is our engine, and that is the way that we're going to create 1,000 jobs for our people in Camden, is by getting an international trade agreement in that port.
I'll come to you. Let me finish with AJ, and then I'll come to you, Motro.
Yeah, I am not a resident of Camden, but guess what?
You have property in Camden, no?
Wait, hold up. Yeah, I am a taxpayer in Camden. And not only that, but as a passionate Puerto Rican people, I put 8 to 10 hours a day in the city.
You're a passionate Puerto Rican woman.
A better place. So take that.
Go ahead, girl. Boom, 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 boom. Go ahead, Motro.
Eso es verdad, eso no importa porque la alcaldesa de aquí no vive en Camden. Eso es que porque ella no lo puede hacer.
Pero vive en Camden.
Si la alcaldesa de nosotros no vive aquí, adiós, ¿por qué no? Óyeme, yo quería decir algo. Le decimos a Lamboy, a la EDA, que le dé los cursos a nuestra gente de Camden, que la mayoría no domina el idioma inglés, que dé los cursos para hacerse ellos miembros de la asociación de constructores, que es la mayoría de nuestra gente vive de eso, de construcción aquí, que le dé ese curso en español y ellos dicen que no pueden darlo. Una institución que es netamente puertorriqueña.
No, señor. Fue fundada por puertorriqueños, que yo sé quiénes son. Y se convirtió después en afroamericanos porque cogieron y nombraron.
No, ahora tienen un chino, ¿no?
No, es Ramón Lamboy.
No, Ramón Lamboy es un wannabe y yo se lo digo en la cara. A él y al Piper, los dos son unos wannabe. Entonces cogieron.
¿Un wannabe o un wannabe?
Las dos cosas. cogieron, el tipo no habla mucho español, lo primero. Lo segundo,
Él no habla español.
No sabe, no.
Él está en la Junta de Educación haciendo decisiones.
La batata esa con patita no habla español. Okay. Entonces tienen un guille de gringos, se fueron y trajeron a los afroamericanos y los chinos se le quedaron con la EDA, que eso lo fundó Freddy Alvarado, la panameña, no, Erimonte no estaba ahí. No, Erimonte controla eso ahí como le da la gana. Olvídate, él es el que dice que va y viene. El que fundó eso fue Freddy Alvarado, la panameña, Israel Nieves y el abogado. Esa gente dieron ahí a lo último, trajeron una loquita ahí y se quedaron con eso.
Okay, Mr. Nieves.
All right, if we want to bring some jobs right now, 500 jobs could come to the city instantly. Well, at least we could save them if they remove the waiver for police and fire to not live in the city. Because before, that used to be a requirement decades ago, and then the unions fought to get a waiver and exemption, you know? So if you want to keep jobs in the city and bring more, that's another way you can keep
All right, guys, we're gonna
well-paying
go.
jobs.
We only got 5 minutes. We're going to go on to the news of the day. My first news is Judgment Day for judges.
Judges, yeah.
Isn't that beautiful? You got to love Christie.
I'm a Republican.
He got to love Christie. He doesn't care. He's going to cut it, and he's going to look for it, and he's going to go straight across the board. No one is safe in the state of New Jersey. If you are making too much money, if you are gouging the system, Christie is going to get you. He ordered the judges to give us some money. The judges are, oh my God, how can he do this? We are judges. We are untouchable. Not when it comes to my buddy Christie. He will touch
Is he taking a cut himself, Mr. Christie?
No. Why would he take a cut? Why would he take a cut?
Wait a minute.
This year being governor.
Absolutely. He's making less money. I love the guy. If I had $25, I'll give him to him.
It has nothing to do with his salary. It has something to do with the judges don't want to pay more money towards a retirement.
So, yeah, but
right.
to retire.
They want the pension, but they don't want to pay the extra money.
Right. And
all the changes that Christie did, there's an article that came out in NJ.com the other day that even with all the changes he did to the pension, it may still collapse. So guess what? All the people that got jobs, civil service, you're on the sidelines. The system is good to you. Not if you lose your retirement.
That's right. Any shine on this real quick.
No, I just want to decirle en español que vamos a tener un town hall meeting en el hall de FOP en la 1134 Federal Street a las 6. Es importante que todo el mundo
vayan para allá
porque tienen que proteger lo que está pasando, que le están metiendo los taxes up the Virginia.
Okay, Eddie, you want to shine on the judge thing? Real quick. No, anything? Okay, what's the next story? Give me the stories of the day.
The police in Trenton don't want to walk the street because a gang told them they were going to kill an officer. And that happened in Trenton. So,
they don't walk the streets in Camden.
All officers working full Monday night.
They did?
All officers.
Camden, look, Trenton's off the hook.
But wait a minute.
Same like Camden.
Wait a minute. I got something to say.
Yeah.
And I saw Sunday. The police are not patrolling the streets of Camden, but then I saw a police car on, remember, Ace Junkyard over there in inside, so somebody else bought that there now.
But the thing is,
whoa, let me finish.
Hurry up.
I saw a police car inside there with a police officer watching that inside. How you like that?
Moto, go ahead. Yeah, this is crazy here. We're about crazy people.
¿Tienes tiempo para que yo me pregunte por el Instituto de Cultura?
Hurry up. The Cultural Center was taken away from the Hispanic community. Santiago said, and it was ripped off. And Moto, you have something to do with it.
¿Qué pasó?
Mira,
real quick. You gotta do it real quick.
Es que yo me gusta trabajar poco a poco. Gloria Bonilla se llamó con nuestro building. Y entonces lo que hicimos fue una permuta, el edificio, el espacio que está vacío, nos van a hacer un edificio de 654,000 pesos.
Pero no es tuyo, no son de ustedes.
No es de nosotros. Porque nunca era de nosotros porque la ciudad tenía unas restricciones contra el building. Y entonces lo que hicimos fue permutar esos 100 años de renta por $1 al mes. No lo iban a quitar porque ellos tienen el poder económico y el poder político. Y lo que iba a presentar doña Gloria Bonilla en el City Hall No iba a quitarle, ya tiene una inversión de muchos millones de
Sí,
dólares.
pero
Let me proud face that. The
Israel
coach
estaba-
hold on, hold up. The Cultural Arts Center, Hispanic Cultural Arts
Puerto
Center,
Rican Cultural
was
Arts
given
Center.
to Gloria Bonilla from Leap Academy, and Gloria Bonilla is going to do a vocational school, $10 million. Jose Santiago should say that it should not happen. We should have kept it for ourselves because it was ours. It wasn't
given to us.
That's right.
Pero los
That's right.
papeles están ahí, eso lo tiene
porque-
Pastoriza y toda la negociación está
Pastoriza,
claro, los
Pastoriza
papeles.
es para amigo
You know
de
what?
Gloria Bonilla y
You know,
Israel Nieves.
it's funny
Yo
that,
soy- sí,
that
yo soy trique, bro.
Yvonne was
Yvonne-
at City
Yvonne-
Council
ajá, sí.
and Bonilla was standing
Right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Entonces,
guys. It was funny when I was in city council
Sí,
and I
sí,
see.
the president.
Listen, and I saw Ivan Martinez and Gloria Bonilla there, and we were there protesting about the taxes. I said, "Oh my God,
Yeah, I was
you
surprised.
finally
Yeah.
come out and fight with us!" Oh yeah, she
Yeah.
said, "Yeah." Oh my God, they was fighting for the Cultural Arts Center, not us.
Let me tell you, when City Council
And they
approved,
said they were there for us.
when City Council approved
Ella
it,
tiene el
Gloria
poder,
Bonilla
ella
started
tenía el poder,
clapping.
ella tiene el poder, ella,
No, señor,
Gloria
no,
tiene el
pero-
poder
pero no,
económico
señor, pero
y...
eso, no, señor.
Hágale.
Eso se lo dio Israel Nieves, eso se lo dio Milton Milán al pueblo, y sea el contrato que sea, y no se le puede tener el medio al motor. Lo que
Ya.
pasa es que yo sé la historia de Israel Nieves y Gloria Bonilla, yo la sé completa.
Ya.
Israel vino aquí por algo, de Florida.
That's worse, real quick.
Okay, just like Philly, we're the highest with illiterate people and the lowest, in college graduates. We better change it.
Okay, that's worse, real quick.
Nada, gracias por invitarme,
Okay.
no fue invitación, fue por accidente, pero vuelvo de aquí a 10 años.
Chairman.
Angel, thanks a lot for endorsing me. I'm running for City Council in the First Ward. Come out and vote November 8th. Edward D. Torres for City Council.
AJ.
No se olviden de venir al Town Hall Meeting hoy al 1134 Federal Street a las 6 de la tarde.
See you next week at 10 o'clock. You can see us at Eye of the Tiger in YouTube. We need 2 hours.